Number 3615, Tamer. Number 492, Bitch Please. Number 4950, Starfuckers. Number 54, Bolly Bunker. Number 69, Louisette Bonbon. Number 81, Goma Mathieu. Number 85, Sissy Spankets. Number 510, Koska. And Captain of the Day, number 502, Major Kozanakil. On the bench, we have Colonel Amaking and Charlie. Give it up for Paris Rollergirls, Le Kedal.
And now for the home team of the day, Crime City Rollers B team. Give it up for the Big Cats. 112 is Blondie. 116, Chin Chin. 159, JJ Furry. 16, it's Feisty. 304, Nakan. 321, Ponycat. 33 is Filthy Rich. Number 4, PK Rolling. 50, Kotcha. 858, Misse. 999, Power Pussy. Number 0, Hey Mickey. And Captain of the Day, number 8, Notorious Ninja. And on the bench we have Valshut and Död and his lineup. Give it up for Crime City Rollers! Stop. We are almost ready for the first whistle. Jam timer calls out 30 seconds. And for this very first jam of the day, Crime City Rollers are fielding number 999, that is Power Pussy. And Paris is fielding number 3615, Tamer. And they are off. Crime City Wall defense is keeping Tamer in the back. Meanwhile, Power Pussy is pushing the French blockers all the way past the apex, working through the line of last defense up in front. And there you have it. First lead whistle goes to Power Pussy, taking the lead jammer for Crime City. Meanwhile, Tamer has been recycled, still stuck at the pivot line. Oh! And a quick breakthrough there by Tamer. Power Pussy calls off the jam, drawing first blood and 4 points for Crime City Rollers.
For the second jam, we have number 321, Ponycat lining up for Crime City, and 81, Goma Mathieu for Le Kedal. Ponycat starts pushing the Paris blockers to the front. and gets lead. Paris blockers trying to do some offense for their jammer. While Ponycat sneaks through and gets all the points. 5 points for Crime City. And another grand slam for Crime City Rollers.
It looks like Paris is in a bit of a conundrum here, with a failed attempt at a star pass. This has left Paris a bit incapacitated with a jammer in the box without the cover.
Also in the box, several Crime City blockers. Blondie, the only blocker on track from Crime City, but doing a lot of great offense for their jammer. Paris jammer now out of the pack.
She's not wearing the star though, currently not eligible to score any points. And yes, for those of you... Ooh.
And the jam reaches its natural conclusion. 29 points for Crime City Rollers in this jam, bringing the total to 33 for Crime City and 0 for Le Quedal.
For those of you who are not lucky enough to be here and watch this live, we are streaming, but we are talking to both you on the stream and you in the audience.
We now have number 4, PK Roland, lining up for Crime City Rollers, and number 17 Lux for Paris Rollergirls.
Lux and PK going at it. And there was the whistle. Looks like a good start for Lux, but she gets recycled to push to the infield, recycled down behind the jammer line. Crime City has a blocker in the box, so Paris have the advantage on track at the moment. PK working hard at the front, but the blocker advantage plays out in Paris's favor as Paris takes lead. That is number 17, Lux, with the lead status for Paris. Lux hits the pack, gets pushed out, and decides to call it off as PK was fast approaching, giving us a 0-0 jam. No points on the board for Paris just yet.
We are going into jam number 4, and we have for Crime City, number 0, Hey Mickey, who is playing their first bout with the Crime City B team. For Paris, we have number 3615, Tamel. And Mickey is out and gets lead jammer with some nice toe-stop work on the line. Paris jammer is also out of the pack. Mickey sneaks through, gets points, and calls it off. Scoring a total of 3 points for Crime City Rollers, keeping Paris at 0.
So the score is 36-0, and Mickey got some excellent help from the Crime City offense in that previous jam. There was some beautiful offense work by the Crime City blockers. Just screening everybody to one side for a clear path. Meanwhile, that is Power Pussy going up against. Oh, I'm gonna need your help here.
The Paris blockers Gomamachu, who gets a quick lead.
There you have it, second lead in this game for Paris. And Goman Mathieu is on a scoring pass. Picks up all 4 points before the call-off. First points on the board for Paris and Goman Mathieu. Score is now 36-4.
We now have Star Focus for Paris Rollergirls jamming in this coming up jam, and Ponycat for Crime City Rollers. A little bit of jammer on jammer action on the line here as Ponycat's attempting to hold the Paris jammer, but Star Focus gets out of the pack and takes lead. Ponycat is being recycled to the back of the pack as Star Focus gets through and takes a grand slam. Ponycat is out of the pack. Star Focus calls off the jam, making sure that Crime City takes no more points in this jam, but takes 9 points themselves, bringing us to a total of 36 for Crime City Rollers and 13 for Paris Rollergirls.
Less than 10 minutes in, and we have PK on the line for Crime City going up against Tamel for Paris, and that outside was wide open. Tamel runs right through to pick up lead for Paris. Crime City defense cannot contain Tamel. Two scoring passes for Paris, resulting in a total of 7 points. Paris is eating away that score differential. Only 16 points between these two teams now.
Really good job catching up, making sure Crime City stays at 0, calling it off in the right time.
This looks like an official timeout, I do believe. Yes. And while we have an official timeout, I'd like to send a message to those from Paris who might be on the stream right now. Le Kedal wants to give a big shout out to the C team, Sans Culotte. So here's to you, Sans Culotte, back in Paris. Your teammates are thinking of you.
They also want to give a shout out to the players who could not come with them today, Keomi and Krapul. We now have Power Pussy and Gomamachu lining up, both aiming for the outside. Gomamachu being hit out and recycled to the back of the pack. Both teams with one blocker in the box. Ooh. Some nice hit there from Nagan in Crime City. Power Pussy also being hit out and recycled to the back. Gomamachu looking for that outside, but Filthy Rich would not let that pass. All players back on track now. Jammers are pushing very, very hard walls here. And there we go. Power Pussy is out of the pack and his lead jammer. Macho pushing in the back of the pack.
Crime City Wall has Mature on lockdown here going into the apex. All very environmentally friendly. I mean, look at all that recycling going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Power Pussy now has taken 5 points, while Paris has done a star pass.
That is right.
Making Major Kusanakil now the jammer for Paris. Meanwhile, Power Pussy sent to the box for a cutting the track penalty. And Major Kusanakil gets out of the pack.
And not only was that a cutting the track penalty, but I do believe there was also an insubordination at the end of it.
Making this a 1-minute power jam for Paris at most. All blockers are on track. Crime City working really hard for that defense. Paris does score 3 points. And so did Crime City before the jammer was sent to the box. So a total of 8 points for Crime City in this jam and 3 points to Paris. Score is now 44 versus 23 in favor of Crime City.
And with their jammer in the box, Crime City takes a timeout to regroup and figure out how to attack this wall. But they do have a bit of a disadvantage with the 2 penalties being given to their jammer in the previous jam. So Paris still has a lot of time in the next jam to get out and do some damage to eat away on the point differential.
They do. Good thing, though, that they do have all their blockers on track, making the defense a little bit easier. Team timeout is now over, and we are getting ready for the next jam. Paris Rollergirls lining up to give their jammers some efficient offense. We have number 5-4, Bolly Bunker, jamming for Paris Rollergirls Le Quedal. And is out for lead jammer status.
Yep, that apex is definitely a jammer's best friend. Ninja goes in for a swing, but misses by just a couple of centimeters. Bolly Bunker is free and scoring and coming in for more. Ooh. Meanwhile, that is Power Pussy out of the box and back on the track.
And also out of the pack.
And right on cue, Bolly Bunker calls off the jam before Power Pussy scores any points. Look at that score! Have you seen that, Arlie?
I have not.
We're looking at 44 points for Crime City versus 33 to Paris. So a good chunk of the Crime City lead was just eaten away right there.
Yeah, 34 actually. They were awarded another point. Oh, 35 even.
Ghost points were missing, it looks like.
Where will this end?
Uh-oh. 17 minutes on the clock, and we have 9 points separating these two teams.
Very exciting. We now have Ponycat lining up for Crime City and Tamea for Paris Rollergirls. Pony gets lead with a lot of power through that pack, pushing over the blockers as they go through.
Bulldozing through.
Ooh, Xamel performing a star pass to the pivot in Paris Rollergirls, who is now out of the pack.
And that is going to be a call-off before Louise Bonbon comes in to do any damage.
Ponycat scoring 4 points, making sure Paris Rollergirls does not get a chance to score any before the jam is called off.
Well, I don't know either, but let's just, I'll say it.
Yeah.
That's PK Roland going up against Lux. Paris defense is up in the front, trying to contain PK. Meanwhile, Lux gets recycled down to the second apex. Oh, pushed out again. Oh, almost open on the inside line, but that was Notorious Ninja closing that door shut for Lux.
PK juking in the front and gets through on the outside. Takes lead. Sneaky move from Lux there. Getting through on the inside and is now out of the pack. PK out to score some points. Calls the jam off before Lux has a chance to do so. PK scoring 4 points in this jam, bringing us to a total of 52 for Crime City and 35 for Paris.
After all that wrestling in the pack, PK did not get through, but managed to pass all 4 blockers, though.
Yeah.
That's good work, impressive work.
Absolutely.
On the line, we have Mickey for Crime City and Goma Mathieu for Paris. This time, it's the Paris defense that is down in the back, containing Mickey. Mickey gets through, but does not get lead because there was a no pass, no penalty.
Meaning they probably passed one blocker while on their knees, sliding past that blocker.
Exactly.
Which is legal, but does not get you lead.
Precisely. But you are still eligible to score points, and that is what Mickey is doing.
Sure is. The Paris Jammer is now out of the pack, and there has been a star pass, meaning that the Paris Jammer does not get lead either.
This is gonna be a 2-minute jam with both jammers going on and on and on and on.
Major Kusana Kill spinning through the pack, picks up 4 points.
And everybody is on track. And as I say that, we have a penalty. Oh, the announcer's curse. Paris loses 1 blocker to the box for a multiplayer block.
Mickey being hit out by Goma Mathieu, the person who started jamming this jam, but is now blocking.
Yes, the Paris star has been passed to pivot and captain Major Kusanakil.
Mickey now out of the pack, scored 4 points. Oh, sorry, 5 points.
All 5 of them for Crime City, and
the jam is off.
Paris finds themselves in a bit of a sticky situation here as they have 3 blocker penalties. So that means Star Focus will only have 1 blocker to assist. Who are they putting out?
Number 237, Kamer Ratatak. Also on the line, we have Power Pussy for Crime City. Last jam very even, 5 points each for the teams. Oh no, as I say that, Paris is awarded 3 more points, bringing us to a total of 57 for Crime City and 43 for Paris.
I believe there might have been some confusion about the Parisian penalties and ghost points.
Yeah.
Because it looks as though the missing points coincide with the skaters in the box.
Sure.
And that is Power Pussy out for lead for Crime City. Ooh!
Now scoring, getting through for 5 points. However, look who's chasing Power Pussy. It's Starfuckers.
Kamer at attack was only blocker on track. Did manage to catch Power Pussy and wrestle around there a bit.
Definitely slowed her down in the scoring pass.
Definitely getting Power Pussy to fight for those points.
Absolutely. No points come easy. Now we have Ponycat lining up for Crime City, and we have Tamer lining up for Paris Rollergirls.
Pony wrestles the Parisian defense, stretches them out in the apex, and sweeps through to pick up lead for Crime City. Tamer still on the first straightaway.
Pony scores 5 points with a little offensive help from Misse, opening up the inside for their jammer.
Pony going in to see if they can catch some more last points before. Oh!
I think Tamer actually managed to sneak 1 point.
1 point in the last pass for both jammers.
10 minutes remaining of the first period.
Crime City has pulled away in the lead a little bit again, sitting on 68 points versus Paris's 44 points.
Something that Gaumont Mathieu wants to change in this jam, I believe.
But PK is also in it to win it.
Gaumont Mathieu out for lead. Now on their scoring pass, while PK Rolling is being recycled to the back of the pack.
Ooh, nice!
A perfect little skip there from Gaumont Mathieu.
5 on the board for Paris.
PK making sure to juke out of the pack in the front and is now out on their first scoring pass. Gaumont Mathieu is determined to pick up a few more points before calling off the jam.
We have some in-between jam penalties being assessed. Who is that going to the box? That is going to be a Crime City blocker.
I believe it's Feisty.
It is Feisty who is taking a seat, giving Paris the blocker advantage for the next jam.
Where Lux will be jamming for Paris and Power Pussy for Crime City Rollers. Very agile Crime City wall in the front, keeping Lux behind them.
Lux is getting some assistance up front. Oh, and we have a...
Lux did not get lead during that jam. I did not really see why. However, Power Pussy did and managed to call it off before Lux got any points, even though Lux got out before.
A point shutdown, 0-0 jam. We're starting to reach the end minutes of this game. Crime City in the lead with 68 versus Paris's 54. So it's a small lead.
It is. They're really catching in.
Tamer going on the inside, being recycled. Meanwhile, up front, Ponycat barrels through the pack to pick up lead for Crime City. And would you look at that?
Tamer takes a seat in the penalty box.
Power jam for Crime City. Pony considers a call off, spots the power jam, decides to go another round.
Feisty going in for some good offense, trying to help Ponycat collect even more points, while Ninja is holding a blocker behind them in the back. Ponycat calling off the jam before Tamer gets to score any points. 10 points for Crime City in this jam, 0 for Paris Rollergirls.
And there was an in-between jam penalty given in the last seconds of the jam. That's going to be pivot number 112, Blondie, in the penalty box.
And now a team timeout for Le Quedal, who also wants to give a shout out to their mothers through the stream.
Yes, indeed. Apparently it's in France, it's Mother's Day next week. So they wanted to, there was some debate whether or not it was tomorrow or next Sunday, but either way, they wanted to give a shout out to all the moms, all the cool moms on the stream watching the roller derby. And also a shout out to the Dream Stream team. So sad we can't be on the computer to have fun with the Twitter, which is absolutely my favorite thing to do.
At least all the Paris fans at home is able to watch the game.
Yes.
The game who is now back on again. We have Hey Mickey lining up for Crime City and Goma Mathieu for Le Quedal.
Big scrum there in the middle, everybody fighting for a position. Goma Mathieu being contained by the pivot line by a very, very, very strong, solid Crime City tripod. Hey Mickey pushing the Parisian defense up front. Penalties, penalties, penalties. Hey Mickey gets a track cut. That means Goma Mathieu is your lead jammer.
Some nice offense there from the Paris blockers, making sure Goma Mathieu can score those points without much effort.
And that's number 10, Punky Ball, as the prime force of offense in this team. Mickey is out and fighting. So Goma Mathieu calls off the jam. It's going to be a total of 8 points for Paris, bringing them up to 62 points.
And Crime City Rollers is still on 78.
So Crime City, like I said, it's a lead, but it's not comfortable.
It is not.
And on the line, we have PK Rolling going up against Star Focus.
And a pretty quick, Star Focus being sent to the penalty box for a cutting the track penalty, while PK Rolling is your lead jammer. Out and scoring. Crime City blockers attempting to clear the inside path for PK Rolling, but the Paris blockers were too fast.
PK powers through for the full 5 points, coming in on a second scoring pass.
Star Focus now out of the box and out of the pack.
Well, a 10-point jam for Crime City. And some penalties. Nope. No in-between jam penalties this time.
Crime City starting with 3 blockers on the track. And we have Tamea jamming for Paris, but it's Power Pussy who gets lead jammer very quickly.
That was fast. We can hear the referees.
Pussy now scoring, trying to get through that very, very strong wall of Paris blockers. Power Pussy calling it off before Tamea gets to score any points, I believe.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. That was a bit of a late call off. 4 points for both jammers. Looks like the Parisian jammer was quicker than they thought. Clock is ticking down. We are gonna see 1, maybe 2 more jams. Score is 92 for Crime City and 66 for Paris. And for the next jam, it's Ponycat against number 17 in white, that is Lux.
Lux trying to sneak through on the inside, but Feisty and Blondie will not let it happen.
Ooh, so close though.
Lux now out as lead jammer, while Ponycat is being recycled to the back of the pack.
This is going to be a power jam for Paris here in this jam as Ponycat gets a back block penalty. Uh-oh. And somebody's getting a high block assist.
Lux juking in the front and gets 5 points.
Filthy and Missa as the last blockers on the line. Lux still manages to sneak through for a total of 10 points this jam. And coming in on another scoring pass as the clock ticks down on the period clock. So this is the last jam of this half. Lux gets recycled, drawn all the way back behind Blondie. Meanwhile, Ponycat is fighting for their life up front, trying to get past. I do believe that is number 10 again. Yes, it is. That is Punky Ball being the last line of defense for Paris. And that was the half.
Which ends with 92 points for Crime City Rollers and 76 for Paris Rollergirls, who scored 10 points during this last jam. Actually, 13 points, I believe.
Last points just ticking in right now. So, that was interesting.
It was.
Crime City did keep the lead most of the half, but it was never comfortable.
No.
And Paris came in and threatened them several times.
Absolutely. As soon as Paris started scoring, they have been close to Crime City.
So this is going to be an exciting second half, and we'll see you back here in just about 14 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are back and ready for the second period of this very tight game between Crime City Rollers B team and Paris Rollergirl Le Quedal. Currently a point differential of only 13 points.
That is right, Arlie. We're already down to 5 seconds on the clock. Everybody getting ready. And that was the first whistle. That is Tamer.
Oh, and with a few just quick skips on the outside, Power Pussy takes lead in this first jam of the second period. But Tamer not far behind.
It's a race to the pack first. Power Pussy does get in first, does manage to. Yep. All 4 points on the board for Crime City and Power Pussy.
And calling it off before Paris gets a chance to score.
Next on the line, it's 3-2-1, the Ponycat in purple for Crime City.
And number 4950, Starfuckers for Le Quedal.
Crime City defense is in the back. The Paris defense is in the front, and out in front as your lead jammer, it is Ponycat.
Blondie recycling Starfuckers to the back of the pack, but with a little bit of offensive help from a Paris blocker, Starfuckers clears the pack.
That is number 10, Punky Ball for Paris, who is doing a lot of great offense work in this game.
Very beautiful. Ponycat decides to call off the jam and does score.
Would you look at that? We have rounded the first triple digit, 101 points for Crime City versus 79 for Paris.
PK Rolling lining up for Crime City and Gomama Che for Le Quedal. PK Rolling with a quick lead, skipping through on the outside line. Coming around for a scoring pass and manages to sneak through very quickly.
Paris has lost 2 blockers to the penalty box, so the Crime City defense has the advantage on track currently. PK only has to pass 2 blockers in white in order to score all 4 to 5 points.
Crime City with a very, very stable wall, which makes Gomama Che perform a star pass to Lux, who is out of the pack, but PK Rolling calls off the jam before they reach the pack. 14 points for Crime City during this jam and 0 for Le Quedal.
Crime City coming back strong from the halftime.
Must have had a lot of inspirational words from their bench coach.
We're seeing Paris take their second timeout of the game.
While Crime City does a little group hug on the track.
I do not believe that... Do you know if Paris has put up any points this half?
I'm not sure.
I do believe we are seeing the same score as before we went to halftime for Paris, which is probably making assumptions. Now would be a good time to take a team timeout, reset, and come back. And if you're watching this on stream, I hope you can hear the lovely sing-along that you are missing.
Hey Mickey now jamming for Crime City Rollers. And we have Tamea pushing in the back for Paris Rollergirls.
That was the lead whistle. Hey Mickey wrestles through the pack to pick up lead for Crime City.
While Tamea gains a lot of speed and just sneaks through on the outside. Hey Mickey, however, decides to call off the jam after they've scored a few points. 4, to be precise.
There is no reason to not play it relatively safe. You got your 4 points.
A 4-0 jab is definitely a good jab.
As long as you are putting up points and the other team is not putting up points, that's basically how you win this game.
By scoring more points than the other team.
Exactly.
It's clearly stated in the rules. We now have Power Pussy working the Paris wall in the front of the pack, and Lux struggling to get through that Crime City wall that is very, very stable in the back.
All of Crime City's teams do really, really well in that tripod formation. They're strong working in that formation.
And what do we have here?
Jammer bump in the penalty box.
Oh, Lord.
2-minute jam. As both jammers got a penalty almost simultaneously. They go into the box, sit for a couple of seconds, and are released. Power Pussy is out of the pack. Not lead, there will be no lead, but we are seeing Power Pussy coming in on a scoring pass.
While JJ Furry recycles the Paris Jammer to the back, giving Crime City a little bit more time to build up their defensive wall. While Power Pussy is hit out.
Yep, that was a no point. No pass, no penalty for Power Pussy.
Lux now out of the pack, looking to score some points as well. Tries to get through on the outside, but is hit out by Chin Chin, who recycles them to the back.
Meanwhile, we are seeing number 999, Power Pussy, being sent to the penalty box for a back block. Power jam for Lux and Paris Rollergirls here on the tail end of this jam.
Lux manages to score a few more points with a nice little spin before the jam reaches its natural conclusion.
Let's wait for the points to tick in correctly on the scoreboard. They have indeed. We're seeing Crime City sitting at 125 points versus Paris 84 points.
So the power jam for Paris Rollergirls has now started, and we have Goma Mathieu jamming for Paris. Pushing really hard to try to take that lead and manages to do so. But who is out of the box? It's Power Pussy.
Out of the box and out of the pack.
And so is Goma Mathieu for the second time and calls it off, for the second time this jam, and calls it off before Power Pussy gets to score. Gumamacha putting 4 points on the board, bringing us to a total of 125 for Crime City still, but 88 for Le Quedal.
Next up, we have PK Rolling in purple and Tamer in white.
Crime City starting with a blocker in the box, so with a little bit of disadvantage in the pack, but with a lot of great hits on Tamer, keeping them in the back, while PK Rolling gets lead jammer.
And Paris' last line of defense there goes to the box for hitting out of play, for an out of play block. PK puts another 5 points on the board for Crime City.
But we also see that Tamer is now out of the pack.
A little stash-in and fake-in gets Tamer through the pack.
PK does, however, manage to call it off just before Tamer manages to score some points. 9 points on the board for Crime City for this jam and 0 for Le Quedal.
Both teams have had really good awareness of the opposing jammer and calling it off at the right moment all the time. There's been like one single late call off, but all the jammers are very aware of their opponents.
Yeah, some good bench coaching, I presume.
You're gonna see, it's gonna be an interesting jam because that is Ponycat in the box for a cutting track penalty. And that is Star Facus as your lead jammer.
Crime City with a 2-wall on the track. Does manage
Massive
to hit
takeout.
out Star Facus.
Five points for Paris. And they're coming in for more. Blondie gets out and drives Star Facus into the back of the purple wall. Pony gets some help from Misse.
Some really nice, efficient offense there from Misse. The jam is called off.
And there was some penalties. Yep. Crime City blocker, Crime City pivot in the box as well.
Crime City does score 1 point before the jam was called off. Now a total of 135 for Crime City and 102 for Paris Le Quedal, who has also passed the century mark.
Triple digits for everybody. Crime City still in the lead. Paris still chasing just about 15, 20 points behind. Reaching so close, but never quite taking over. But they still have 19 minutes to play. And so anything can theoretically happen. I know that is the most overused phrase in all of roller derby, but anything can happen.
This really is anybody's game.
Nice edge work there, toe tiptoeing on the line by Mickey.
And with a really sharp shoulder, trying to get through that wall. And does so! Gains lead jammer for Crime City. Gumamacha pushing in the back of the pack against a really stable wall of Crime City blockers.
Yeah, it's that Crime City tripod of doom that you do not want to get stuck behind, because that is where the sad place is.
Mickey through for a grand slam.
Amateur still not cracking the Crime City wall. Ooh, nice.
Another grand slam for Hey Mickey. And Bully Bunker out for Le Kedal after a star pass, but Mickey calls it off.
Can we talk about that beautiful star pass?
Let's.
That was a beautiful star pass. That was perfectly, beautifully executed.
I was looking too much at the beautiful moves from Hey Mickey.
I know, it's so easy to be mesmerized by the beautiful moves of any jammer.
My co-captain in the C team.
10 points on the board from Mickey in the previous jam, putting Crime City at 145 versus Paris's 102. Both teams now have used 2 timeouts each, so only 1 timeout to each of them in the rest of the game, and only 1 official review, as per usual. Haven't seen an official review in this game yet.
No. I guess the referees are extremely good at calling everything so that no one wants to question anything.
I like that explanation.
We do have an amazing crew of officials here today.
We also have Power Pussy going up against Tamer on the track. Crime City defense is in the back, containing Tamer, recycling to the inside, drawing back past the jammer line. And at the first apex, that is Power Pussy out as your lead jammer.
And a star pass done to Lux, who is now out of the pack and ready to score for Paris, but is denied because Power Pussy calls it off.
A nice, smooth, calm call off from the other side of the track from Power Pussy. But yes, as you were saying just previously, without the officials, this could not happen. So thank you, officials.
Ooh, a very quick lead for Paris Rollergirls through Star Focus.
Coming in fast to eat some points. Ooh. Hides behind number 10 and sweeps through like it was nobody's business. 4 points for Paris.
Some nice cheering here for Ponycat, who is lining up to jam this next jam against Gumal Mathieu.
That's right. And Pony is out as your lead jammer, but oh wait, look, what is that? Gumal Mathieu less than, so close.
Ponycat does score 1 point, while Gumal Mathieu is denied any points, even though they were chasing so close.
And if you want to see more of Ponycat, then just turn in for the next match as well, where you can see number 321 block instead of jam.
Jamming now is Hey Mickey for Crime City and Tamer for Paris Rollergirls. A lot of juking from Tamer in the back here, but the Crime City wall is very agile as well.
Hey Mickey has some help up front by the pivot.
And with a nice little spin on the inside, takes lead is Hey Mickey. Tamer now out of the pack, stashing the star and getting out. Mickey calls off the jam.
Let's see the points.
2 points for Hey Mickey. The score is now 152 for Crime City Rollers and 106 for Paris Rollergirls Le Quedal.
So we've seen Crime City establish that lead and getting it a bit more comfortable. It's never quite comfortable, but it's not as close as we saw just 15 minutes ago.
Absolutely. Ponycat with a lot of speed and a lot of force on the track is now your lead jammer. Lux is being recycled to the back of the pack, tries to sneak through on the inside. Misse will not let that happen.
Got some penalties going on.
Lux now out of the pack.
And Pony wrestling for the last of the points in the middle of the pack. It looks like Pony picked up all 4 before the call-off. So even I can math that point differential correctly, right? That is a neat 50-point difference.
I think you're right.
And looking to do something about that are Para Pussy and Goma Mathieu. And we're going to have an injury call-off. And
We want to remind everybody to be respectful to any injured skaters. Meaning, do not take any pictures.
And you know what this is the perfect opportunity to do and talk about?
What?
The amazing volunteer force that is the medics.
Yes. What would we do without the medics? Not play bouts, that's for sure.
We definitely wouldn't get help if we were injured.
No. Very lucky to have these people here able to help us.
They are absolutely crucial for any roller derby game because this is a contact sport, and as in any contact sport, there is a risk. You take it with your eyes open, but there is a risk. Hi. Oh, look, Arlie, we're on TV.
Wow. Tonight we have an after party at Grand. There will be an artist playing called K-Bird.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It's supposed to be a really great concert. You don't want to miss out on that, do you?
Do not.
And where is this place, Grand, located? If you're like me, new in town and don't know how to find it.
It would be really good if I knew the address, but I don't.
What?
Monbysjögatan.
What she said.
Trying to hear what Blondie is shouting at me right now. It's not really working though. Monbysjögatan is where Grand is located.
Look it up on Google. I am sure that Google will be more helpful than us right now. But Grand, there'll be a concert, there'll be DJs, there'll be food, there'll be beer, there'll be derby skaters.
Yes.
And volunteers and officials. What more do you want in life? Well, I don't know. I want nothing more.
I can't think of a better party.
So what do we have up next? This is only the first game of the day. We have got the Crime City A team taking on the Paris A team at 3 o'clock?
3:15, I believe.
3:15. Anyway, be here at 3.
Definitely. You don't want to miss that skate out.
And we are seeing the Paris skater being carried off track, but looking safe. We wish the skater best of luck, and we will now return to our regular scheduled roller derby,
Where Power Pussy and Tamer is lining up on the jammer line.
And Mooden calls out the 5 seconds.
And the jam is on.
Crime City defense is up in the front. Tamer is attacking it fiercely. Not getting through, not cracking it open though, not quite yet. Meanwhile, Power Pussy is down in the back of the pack, wrestling with the Parisian defense, being recycled all the way back to...
And out of the pack, and your lead jammer is Tamer, looking to score some points.
2 blockers to pass for a full complement of points, and there we go, 5 on the board for Tamer and Paris Rollergirls. Smooth moves on the outside lines by Tamer. Both teams have lost the blocker to the penalty box.
And who is jamming for Crime City?
It's JJ Furry! Tamer putting up 15 points so far, coming in for some more.
JJ's out of the pack, skating around to try to sneak some points.
It's going to be some points for Crime City there.
However, JJ is hit out and recycled while Tamer smashes into the pack and calls the jam off after one more grand slam.
A total of 24 points for Tamer in that jam. Paris eats up some of that point differential.
JJ, however, did manage to score 3 points on that last pass.
Paris drew the jam a little bit longer to clear their blockers from the penalty box.
Which can definitely be worth giving away 3 points.
Definitely. I mean, 3 points here might save you 10 points in the next jam.
It might.
If you work it correctly.
Speaking of blockers in the box, Crime City is now starting with 3 blockers on the track, and Paris have all of 4.
We got 10 minutes of gameplay left here, and Crime City is sitting at 159 points, Paris at 130. And we got PK and Star Focus, and that is PK out for lead for Crime City. Star Focus gets a little help from her blocker, who is sent to the penalty box for a stop block, leaving Star Focus to break that Crime City defense 3-wall all by themselves. Oh, 4-wall as everybody is back on track. Meanwhile, up front, PK fights through the Parisian defense for 4 points. PK on a second scoring pass. Start focus. Just past the pivot line and has not moved any further, into total lockdown by the Crime City tripod.
PK pushing in the front, trying to make the blockers go out of play, which does happen, and PK is out for another Grand Slam.
Paris loses 2 blockers to the box for out of play blocking. As they were in the way of PK even after being called out of play. So if you don't stop blocking when the refs shout at you, you go to the box. PK is racking up the points here. Just as you thought that Paris was coming back to threaten the Crime City lead, Crime City shuts it down. And PK picks up a total of, will it be 20 or will it be more? It looks like it's a 20-point jam for Crime City Rollers.
4 Grand Slams, not shabby.
Not at all.
Hey Mickey getting ready to jam for Crime City, and so does Bully Bunker. But for Paris Rollergirls.
We haven't seen Bully Bunker start as a jammer that many times. We have, however, seen Bully Bunker pivot and taking the star when needed. Both jammers locked it down.
We're seeing some amazing defense here. And what's happening here? Well, I'll tell you that Hey Mickey is out of the pack and your lead jammer, while Bully Bunker is in the penalty box, meaning we have a power jam for Crime City.
Chin Chin goes in to create some disruption in the pack. Nice work containing Koska. Mickey works through the pack for all 4 points before calling it off, with a 0 point scored by Paris. 5 minutes left on the clock, and Crime City have yet again solidified their lead. Let's see how these last 5 minutes will pan out. On track for Paris is Tamera, who is definitely looking to eat some of those points.
Absolutely, gaining a lot of speed before hitting that wall, but is hit out by Nagan. Ponycat working the Paris wall in the front.
But that is a wall I do not want to be behind.
Ooh. Tamea manages to get through the wall, but does then fall and is sent to the box. And who's out for lead jammer? Well, that's Ponycat.
Pony working through the full Parisian defense up front, sweeps through on the outside line for all 5 points.
Ooh, sneaking through on that outside, just sliding by for a Grand Slam. But who is this? This is Samer back on the track and out of the pack.
Lamel had a little help from number 10. Again. It's going to be a 14-point jam for Crime City Rollers, bringing them to 197. We might see... do you think we're going to pass 200? We got 4 minutes. Do you think...
I would bet on it.
You would bet?
Yeah, I would.
Bet me a beer?
I'll bet you a beer.
Okay then.
All right.
You're on. I think that was the worst bet I've ever made in my life.
The stakes are not that high. We have PK Rolling jamming for Crime City, working the Paris blockers in the front of the pack. And we have Starfuckers in the back of the pack trying to get past that terribly annoying wall of Crime City blockers.
PK has 2 left to pass. They are called out of play, and PK has a clear path through the pack. This is going to be...
And that is a grand slam for PK, and you owe me a beer.
For a moment there, it looked like we might have a star pass violation, but Paris managed to salvage it.
PK through for another grand slam.
15 points on the board for PK. So
And
far.
Starfuckers has passed that star to Kamer Ratatak, who is now jamming for Paris, but PK calls off the jam.
18 points in that jam for PK. That is not bad at all.
We're starting this next jam with an empty penalty box.
OMG, OMG. And on the jammer line, we have Hey Mickey, who is going up against Lux. Lux gets shut down right in front of the jammer line, behind the Crime City triangle wall of death. Meanwhile, up front, that is Hey Mickey out as your lead jammer.
But a star pass being done in Paris, and we now have Bully Bunker jamming for Paris Rollergirls. Mickey picking up a few points before calling it off, making this jam a 3-0 jam in favor of Crime City Rollers.
And yeah, that was definitely the worst bet I have ever made. Score in favor of Crime City is now 218 points.
I believe the odds were in my favor.
50 seconds on the game clock. 2 minutes on the jam clock, and we are off. It's Power Pussy against Tamel.
And speaking of Tamel, they are out for lead jammer. Power Pussy really working those blockers in the front, and with a little skip on the toe stubs, clears the pack and chases down Tamer.
Crime City has some penalty trouble here. That's Nagan as the only blocker on track. Oh, coming out of the box was Katja, but we are going to see Crime City take a timeout. That's what we're going to see. And you know what that means, Arnie? Crime City takes a timeout with 5 seconds left, 6 seconds left on the game clock. We're gonna have another jam!
Woo! Maybe we will see some more of that amazing blocking that we just saw from Nagan, who denied Paris of taking any points in that last scoring pass, even though Nagan was the only Crime City blocker on the track.
That is correct. However, it's not going to be an easy job because Crime City has 2 blockers in the penalty box.
But we have Ninja and Filthy on the track.
Yeah, and they basically count for 2 each, so it's going to be
Yeah.
fine.
On the jammer line, we have Ponycat lining up for Crime City, and
White
Starfuckus.
495. Starfuckus.
for Paris Rollergirls.
Last jam is underway. Ponycat is fighting, pushing the Parisian defense to the front.
Chin Chin returning from the box, making sure that Starfuckus is kept in the pack, and Ponycat gets lead.
Pony coming in on a scoring pass, hits the Parisian blockers hard. Calls off the jam as the game clock has run out. 2 more points. And the unofficial end of the game and score. While we wait for the score to be confirmed by the officials, what do you think of the game?
I think it was a very even game for a long time, and then during this last 15 minutes or so, Crime City really managed to
Shut down Paris,
yeah.
basically.
well put.
They adapted to the strategies of the Parisian jammers and locked them down differently than they had been able to do in the first half.
Yes.
There you have it. Score has been confirmed. Crime City takes the win with 220 points over Paris's 135.
Congratulations, Crime City Rollers. Well played.
And
Get
we'll
down
be back.
to the track and make sure to congratulate your favorite players.
Yes, come down to high five your skaters. You are allowed. Come on down, join us here. Don't you want a sweaty high five? I know I do. Either way, next game at 3 o'clock. Join us in right about half an hour for some more lovely, lovely derby action.
See you later.